Okay, we are going to continue second part of lecture 1. We talk about the cyber world. Now go for more benefits of the cyber world. Cyber world offers several key advantages in problem solving. Why? Because, as I mentioned, we have our issue in the physical world we consider as a problem. Then we bring to the cyber world using the AI big data analyzing. We call it problem solving. That problem, we solve it in the cyber world. That problem solving by program. So let's one by one dive to the slide and talk about that. And first, speed. AI and computational methods can solve problems much faster than manual methods. This is obvious. Often processing in seconds what might take humans days or weeks. For instance, let's say weather prediction models can process vast amount of the data to forecast weather patterns far more quickly. This is the point. And accurately than old method, traditional methods. This is what we call it the speed characteristic. Another one, accuracy. The precisions refer any advanced algorithm can handle incredibly complex data set, complex big data, providing result with a level of accuracy that's often unattainable through the traditional means. In fields like, genomics, AI can analyze DNA sequence with a degree of precision that would be impossible for humans to achieve manually. This is the truth. Those sequence of DNA, impossible. So that is very important point. Number 3, cost efficiency. Cost efficiency means when we are going to, by automating process and focusing to the critical task, when we focus, that cost, that would be very important. AI can significantly reduce the operational cost across the, various, industries. Let me give you one example. Predictive maintenance in the manufacturing uses AI to predict when the machines will need repair, reducing downtime and maintenance costs. This is very important, right? And another part is scalability. So a digital solution can be easily scale up or down, making them applicable to the problem. That scalability of, we can make it change that scale of the various size and complexity across different industries globally. A solution of other cities worldwide. So there is one more characteristic. I would like also add that one. Okay, let's also add one more important characteristic for this benefit that is, experimentation. So that experimentation in the let's explain for instance in this cyber world, we can run countless simulation and experiments without constraint and risk associated with physical world testing, because we have a limitation in the physical world. This is particularly valuable in fields like drug discovery or nuclear physics. We can understand this, these advantages of the problem solving in the cyber world. These benefits, let's recap, makes the cyber world an invaluable tools in addressing complex real-world challenges, from healthcare to climate change to urban planning. Okay, in the next slide, we are going to see our before go to the next let a little bit talk about contrast between these two realms, because very important for deep understanding. So we have a physical world, tangible, directly observed, governed by physical laws like gravity, thermodynamic, continuous in time and space, limited by physical constraints like speed of light, material properties, inherently complex and often unpredictable. So this is the physical world. So let's say some characteristics of cyber world: digital and virtual, as I mentioned, governed by mathematical and logical rules instead of governed by physical laws. Here, governed by mathematical and logical rules, and discrete and quantized, limited primarily by computational power and algorithm efficiency. The cyber world can be simplified and complexified as needed. This is the important point. And so if we also, this is the one more point which I would like to mention about the importance of the cyber world. Why it is important? Because enable modeling and solving real world problem using what? Big data, using the algorithm, allows for simulation and prediction as scales impossible in the physical world. This is something which is impossible. Facilitates global, collaboration and information sharing, and drive innovation in AI and machine learning. This is what we should consider. So this sort of understanding for this distinction is crucial as we move forward in our study of AI and big data. The power of this technology lies in their ability to bridge these two worlds, allowing us to address physical world problems with the cyber world tools. So this is what we need to consider about the this concept. Okay, so the true power lies in merging these two worlds we need to consider some point when we talk about the merging the physical world and cyber world. There is a two important point which this is true power lies in merging these two worlds, harmonizing the two worlds. You know, the cyber world isn't separate from physical world. We need to harmonize. As you can see here, this is the physical world border, and this is the cyber world border. See, when we merge together, the cyber world something not separated from that real world. It extends and enhances our capability in the physical world. It provides a scalable and efficient solution to the real world problem that might be intractable using the physical means alone. This is the what harmonizing. Another is the real world impact. When we combine physical data and digital tools, physical data, you know, we have a physical tool, data here, and here is the digital tools. We can achieve more efficient and faster solution to complex global problem, right? This, merger allows us to tackle issues like climate change, disease outbreaks, and traffic congestion with unpredictable, precise speed. So when we merge, let's give you some example, right? One example for merging this would be, it is called digital twin. Digital twin. So these digital twins, these techniques involve creating digital replica of the physical asset, process, or system, and this allow that real-world monitoring, simulation, optimization of the physical world process in a cycle relief. What does it mean? Means, for instance, here in the real world, we have a factory. In the cyber world, we have a digital factory. So there is a connection. Digital twins means twin. This connected together. So if you add some object to this factory, automatically that object change in the visual object. So there is connection. So when here showing some problem in the factory would happen, here that would be happen because directly, and for example, in the digital factory saying here would be some exploring some part of factory, giving the alarm. If you don't care, and after 1 week, you will see exploration happen and big damage to the factory. So real connection, every part. This is digital twin. Or another example like digital twins, you can, before we go, let's continue digital twin. So this is digital twin. So this is the factory. This factory is in merge area. So this factory simultaneously in the physical world and simultaneously in the cyber world. So digital twins is in the share area. Also ubiquitous computing here. Another example like AR, augmented reality. Overlay digital information onto the physical world. So merging. So when you open your camera, you see factory, but on the camera write name of factory. Name of factory when you targeting the camera to the factory. But when you turn off your camera, you see in the physical world only factory. You don't know the name of factory. But if you use the AI augmented reality technique, you will see the name of factory on that camera. Some digital information means name will be augmented to the real object. So this merging, we will talk later more about that one. So regarding the another example is the Internet of Things, which is I am writing with different color for better understanding. IoT. So Internet of Things. Internet of Things. This is the prime example of the merging of physical and cyber world. Physical devices are embedded with a sensor. You have a sensor here and software connecting and exchanging data with the other devices system over the internet. So this sensor, they connect to the internet. This internet is a cyber world. Make the cyber world help this physical sensor which is connected together. This is the IoT. IoT, Internet of Things. So you see this example will be showing that this merger is some sort of revolutionizing various of field and opening up new possibility of the problem solving. This is the point which I try to give you in this example. So I'm gonna give you one more tangible example why we think bring the issue from the physical world to the cyber world, it is important. This example in the next slide that would be very useful about something related medical diagnosis is something related medical care. So let's dive in that concept in the next slide. Okay. So as you see here, medical, diagnosing diagnose some important issue. Even we felt that challenges in the corona time. Okay, let's little bit more about this concrete example, medical diagnose. So let's first consider some challenges in the physical world. So doctors often need to run various tests to diagnose a patient with unknown symptoms. Doctor doesn't know what sort of virus, disease. This process can be time-consuming, expensive, prone to human error. The sheer volume of the medical knowledge is beyond a single doctor's capability to fully utilize this sort of challenges. In the second part, the digital solution. So really, AI-powered diagnosis can analyze patient data rapidly. It uses machine learning to perform fast and accurate analysis. This approach minimizes human errors and reduces unnecessary tests. AI can consider vast array of potential diagnoses and their, probabilities. So let's see what should have the, our benefits. If you see benefit is similar, the component which I mentioned before for cyber world, but here I match with the medical diagnosis. So if you see regarding the speed, AI can analyze massive data set in a second, much faster than human doctors. Precision, AI can identify pattern in the medical data that might be missed by human eyes, offering high accuracy. This is the precision. Cost efficiency, by focusing on essential data, AI reduce need of unnecessary and expensive tests. And so the real world impact, we can consider continuous learning. AI system can be updated with the last technique and the latest medical research, because every time by one click we can receive many new techniques in the world, and case studies ensure that always we are using most recent and current information. So this is the another example of the real world. In fact, if I explain more, compared to the traditional methods, AI significantly improved the speed, accuracy, and cost efficiency of the medical diagnosis. This not only benefit individual patient, but also has potential to transform healthcare system globally. Yeah, it is really important to note that AI doesn't replace doctor. This is the point. But rather augments their capability, allowing them to make more informed decisions and focus on the patient care. This is a very important point we need to consider. So in the next slide, regarding this example, I'm going to talk about what happened from this medical diagnosis converting from physical world to the cyber world. So the process of converting from physical world problem into cyber world involves several key steps that we need to consider this issue. So as we mentioned before, I want to match with that issue. So first we need to problem identification. So this okay, before talk about that, let's talk this conversion. So for this conversion, several issues we need to consider and attention to that one. I put some of them here and more discuss some item more here. So when we convert number one and first and important is the problem identification. So we want to convert and do something in the hospital, and to do bring to the some using the some cyber based technique. So first one, when we want to do problem transferring, we need to consider problem identification. We need clearly define the physical problems which we are trying to solve. The second, when we talk about the data-driven, there is many steps like data collection, as we discussed, gather the relevant data from the physical world using the sensor, blah, blah, blah. The data digitalization, conversion collected data to digital format, data structuring, we talk organize the digital data into appropriate data structure, some database, array, graph. Then we need to model creation, develop the mathematical and computational model to represent the physical world problem. Then this data-driven also include algorithm development, create algorithm to process data and solve the problem within the model. And also we need to simulate and testing because we don't know that algorithm is okay or not. Run simulation to test and refine the solution. Finally, this solution needs to implementation, apply cyber world solution by related to some physical world problem. So let's give another example, more than medical. You should be able to tell me in the exam, in the assignment, like this. Another is you should be able to make many examples. So let me another example, like optimizing traffic flow in a city. Again, so another example. We need to problem identification. Traffic, what is the problem? Traffic congestion in the urban area. Then data collection. Use traffic camera and sensor to gather data on the vehicle. Digitalizing. Convert videos, sensors, data into digital format. Data structuring. Organize data into time series and graph structure representing road network. Modeling. Create a model of the traffic flow based on the flow dynamic principle. Algorithm. Develop an AI algorithm to predict traffic patterns and optimize signal timing. And then simulation, run algorithm on the historical data to test its efficiency because the data is the historical. And finally, last step when we come to the solution is the implementation. Of course, we will use the AI system to control the actual traffic signal in the city. So these processes really help us to tackle complex physical world problem with the more power and flexibility of digital tools. So in the next slide, we will see the power of the this cyber world to solve the problem. So this is very important. Actually, to this cyber world give us two primary advantages in solving the problems. So one is the computational power another is the accuracy and efficiency. If I want to explain some more about the computational power, computer can process massive amount of data far faster than the human. We know that. For instance, an AI system could analyze millions of the medical records within a second, identify pattern, correlation that would take human years to discover. Really, it takes years. So regarding the accuracy and efficiency, AI significantly reduced the human error and improve decision. If I tell you one example, as wrote here, automated AI system in the healthcare can reduce diagnostic error, potentially saving lives and improving the patient outcome. So if I give you some example for this power to understand, with diving deeper some example, I could say like climate modeling. In the physical world, predicting long-term prediction, it turns incredibly complex, really complex. Vast number of variables involved. In the cyber world, supercomputer can run sophisticated climate model processing data from satellite, weather station, and the historical records to make more accurate prediction about the climate change. This is one example. Let's say another example, we can think about drug discovery. Drug discovery, very critical. Traditionally, we developing and we want to develop new drugs in a time-consuming and expensive process. But these days, AI in the cyber world can simulate millions of potential drug components and their interaction with the biological target, significantly speeding up the initial stage of drug discovery. This is the important. Without real drug, we can simulate it. If I give you another example, for example, financial trading. High-frequency trading algorithm in the cyber world can analyze market trends. Executed, trades in the microsecond. For, that human traders, traditional, outpacing traditional human traders. So this example which I mentioned really demonstrate how the cyber world let us to approach problem in entirely new ways. Help us to find some solution might be impossible through the traditional means. So this is the really important. From this slide, I will go a little bit philosophy. Why? When I try to approach this issue about understanding the AI and data, I try to touch some two names, cyber world and physical world. So do we really have another world? Why not another world? We are just talking about the two worlds. Is there any other world? So that makes the concept of philosophy getting important. So now you will understand why in your curriculum you have a philosophy class. The way I am teaching now, try to understand deeply. But if you want to understand more deeply, little bit, you need philosophy. So let's dive philosophy concept by next slide. Very interesting concept, and I will bring you to the history, and you really enjoy that one. Do you know who this picture? Yeah, you know, is the Plato. about 2,500 years ago, this great man and his teacher and his student make world many change. So really we need to understand our modern concept of the cyber world. Really, it is helpful to look back a historical philosophical idea. Plato, really the ancient Greek philosopher, proposed three distinct words that would be very helpful, to understand the meaning of the help us to understand, except the real world and physical world, there is another world. And then as an engineering concept, and you are as an engineer, how you can use the AI to manage such a thing. So Plato believed to let's say the blue color, physical world, mental world, world of forms. So one important idea has come that, as you saw, there is no cyber world here. Yeah, of course, 2,500 years ago, there is no cyber world. Cyber world is quite new. So let me talk about very interesting ideas of the Plato's. Plato said, okay, we have as you can see here, we have a physical world. This is the tangible world we perceive through our sense. Yes. It includes objects like trees, buildings, people, things we can see, we can touch. Plato believes this world was imperfect and constantly changing. And then second one, he believed there is a mental world, something in our mind. What is the mental world? This is a realm of thoughts, belief, and consciousness. It encompasses human imagination, dreams, and logical reasoning. This world, I mean mental world, is individual to each person and can be influenced by physical world. As you see here, mental world and the physical world influence. He tried to use this direction. So mental influenced by physical world. Very nice. He also mentioned one another word of forms. This is the Plato concept of realm of perfect. Abstract concept. It includes ideas like mathematical truths. Some mathematical is here. Some idea of Pythagoras concept, like this concept, c power 2 equal a power 2 plus b power 2. This is not only for that Pythagoras scientific. It's something in this world of form, so anybody can connect and receive that idea. Newton talk about the gravity. When pay attention to some apple dropping down from the tree. This might be happen later on by you or by me. So this exists here. It's not something somewhere. It is not only in the mental world, and it is not physical. Wow, this man is wonderful. So that Plato believed this world was most real and eternal. That is including mathematical truths, even perfect geometric shape, ideas, sometimes called world of ideas, that physical object can only imperfectly imitate. So understanding, these three distinguished words helps us conceptualize our modern idea. So if you go in this, if you are a PhD student, I will talk a little bit more. Then you can use new sort of AI based on this form. It is very complicated for you, but I'm just trying to give you very nice direction to understand this word, how might change your life. So understanding this sort of view really help conceptualize our modern ideas about the physical world and cyber world, as well as AI and big data. So in many ways, our cyber world shares characteristic with both Plato's mental world and world of forms. Cyber world somehow related, because when you consider you have another word here. If you delete this one, okay, so there is another word. This is the cyber world, physical world. Then see that really that helpful. Like mental world, it is a realm of idea and constructs. Like word of form, it is contain perfect representations of the concept that might be imperfect in the physical world. So you see, related the cyber world, this mental world, we can consider realm of ideas. Then you use that your mind design something very well in the cyber world, because cyber world needs modeling, right? So mental world directly play very important roles for that cyber world. And sometimes understand of some mathematics from the world of form help you good modeling, AI-based modeling here in the cyber world. So as we progress in our study of AI and big data, keep in mind how these ancient philosophical concepts related to our modern understanding of different worlds and realm of existence of the world. So I just shortly, I was reading only 3 years to understand how I can get the idea from the old physical, philosophical concept and philosophers, bring to the AI. I am working and I am developing new system based on this idea. So it's very difficult to explain here to you. But later on, maybe I little bit touch about that. So Let's go a little bit before times finish. Let's dive in some modern philosopher view, because that is 2000 years back, right? So let's see some modern philosophical view in our contemporary understanding. So as you can see here, if I use some color, I'm changing the color to increase your attention. Okay, so cyber world. So before we deal with modern philosophy, when we see the cyber world, this is the digital universe created by computer and technology, include virtual environment, simulation, and online platform. A realm that Plato couldn't have imagined, right? The cyber world has a characteristic of both Plato mental world and world of form. This is the point. I am going to talk about the new. Please pay attention. So that the cyber world somehow has a characteristic of both Plato's mental and world of form. So regarding the physical world, we can say this aligns closely with the Plato's concept, the real material worlds, because Plato also considered the world we live, including nature, city, human society. However, our understanding of physical world has greatly expanded since Plato's time, encompassing quantum mechanics and astrophysics and many new techniques. That view help us go for some new technique. AI also can use those techniques. Another part which help us intersection, the most interesting part for us, that the point where the physical and cyber world meet, touch, overlap, right? This is where we use digital tools to solve the real world problem. Simplify and exemplified execute, right? By technology like self-driving car, AR power, healthcare system. So when we are going to touch about the modern philosopher has also introduced new concept to describe this interaction, like AR as a overlay of digital information on the physical world, creating seamless blend of both realm, augmented reality, or virtual reality creates fully immersive, digital environment, pushing the boundaries of what we consider real. And the IoT, as already talked about here, I'm talking another direction. This IoT concept describes increasing interconnectedness of the physical object through the digital network. So this modern view recognizes the cyber world as a new realm that interact with and influenced by physical world in the profound ways, raising new philosophical questions about the nature of reality, consciousness, and human experience. So, if I go to that one a little bit more, if I give you more example, let me give you two examples, two modern philosophers' idea, which is very, because Plato is well for a long time ago, but let's see two recent philosophers. Yes, here you go. That several, modern philosopher has grabbed with the concept of the cyber world, because totally is new. Let's say two of them. One is a John Baudrillard. So John and Manuel Castells. John introduced concept of simulacra. Simulacra and simulations, suggesting that the digital representation can blur the boundary of the reality. So we'll explore this in more depth in the next slide. Manuel Castells proposed the idea of what? Of the network society, where digital and physical worlds intervenes through the global information network. His work has, crucial in understanding the social impact of the internet and digital technology. Of course, I could, add more. So in addition, these three, we can surely see three more philosophers, like the three modern philosopher, which they touch to the cyber reality, like Nick Bostrom, explore, philosophical implications of simulated reality, proposing that we might already, be living in a computer simulation. Talking that even these are real world, we are in computer simulation. Another modern philosopher, Luciano Floridi, he developed a concept of, he called it infosphere. He tried to argue that we now living in an environment where the boundaries between the online and offline are increasingly blurred. Another modern philosopher, Catherine Hayles, has written extensively about how we understand human consciousness. Consciousness is very important. Even Max Planck in the quantum physics said every object, every data, everything made by consciousness. If shortly I explain about the consciousness, before we were thinking that object including electron, neutron, proton, one object, right? Suppose if this is the one object, one spoon. This is the spoon, right? Everybody think this is about the neutron, proton, electron. Then later on, subatomic go down, many like clock, subatomic go down, reach to the string theory. Is like guitar string, which that physicians see that string as like violin or guitar is moving. They said that is moved by consciousness. Consciousness means some understanding. So when we talk in front of the spoon, that can be recorded by that spoon as a big data. Let's give you another example. For example, chair. In the future, we can develop a system which is based on the AI and ask this chair in this class, how many students sit on this chair and what was their name, what did they do, and what score they got it, many information. This is behind the consciousness concept. So I'm not going to talk more about the consciousness, but it's very interesting. Anyway, this philosopher talk about the consciousness and saying that human consciousness in the age of the intelligent machine, which is post-humanism, he tried to emphasize. This philosophical perspective help us to understand profound impact of the cyber world and our reality to understand. So this is very important. So I'm going to continue in this third video more about two philosophers which is important for us. Okay.